I'm here at the CAMS Ontario conference with Bobby Blake of Centrion. Bobby's just run a session for us around DevOps, how and why. Before we get into that, can you just, for those folks who don't know who Centrion may be, can you just give us an overview of the organization?
Yeah, sure, Jason. Thank you. So Centrion, we are an IT performance management software provider. So what we do is we provide the visibility and the data insights into organizations on how their infrastructure, applications, and processes are being managed. And we do that in a complementary way by integrating into automation, ticketing and event management tools, and providing the data we collect into the AIOps arena. So really, we're helping organizations change and manage their assets globally.
Fantastic, thank you. And so, as mentioned, you were just a session leader in the discussion around DevOps, how and why. Just give us a bit of an overview of the key discussion points at your table.
Yeah, we had some very good discussion on how organizations are using DevOps. And the one, I want to say, underpinning conversation around that is interpretation of what DevOps means to organizations. It's rapidly changing as the complexities are changing in technologies. What we see is why organizations are deploying DevOps is more important to understand, and that in order to reach the outcomes with the DevOps approach, organizations have to really look at the end result first, and culturally and people, process, and technology-wise adjust those backwards and continuously monitor those results. So it seems like organizations really see and use DevOps in very unique ways based on their industry, based on their experience, and based on their skill sets.
And what were some of the key challenges that people discussed when they tackle something of this nature?
Yeah, I think probably the easiest challenge to highlight is that from an organizational leadership standpoint, often people will talk about DevOps, but really not change the leadership messaging and bring that down across the different lines of business so they can engage and get involved in the ways that they are best to do that. The other challenge is that in order to change, you do have to change the processes and the skill sets that were once assigned to that role.
Got you, great. And so ultimately, following the session today, what do you think folks in the room need to go away and do tomorrow?
Well, I think what we were able to do was open up a sharing dialogue to help people understand a little more about how to address and vocalize the challenges of, I would say, maybe misorganization across the different lines of business and tackle things in a way that they can be executed. I think the ask will be that leadership maybe further embraces and allots and supports the changes needed. So that seemed to be, everyone's going to deploy and utilize DevOps for a different result, and I think they understand now the basics of how to measure the success and make sure they see that success by really asking one simple question, and it's, is this good for business? Is this good for people?
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.